Hi, Dr. Saxena here, and basically we are just trying to work on some concepts, trying to make you understand what is this, what are the things you would like to do when we are trying to help, trying to see that your optimal health improves. Our focus is on the health, and yes, you have got into any kind of disease and all that, we can always help you. That's it. So most of the thing when we talk about this stuff called optimal health, what I'm looking from my perspective is when I talk about thing called optimal health, I want you people should we need to empower you with some education, trying to understand what are the things and all that, because this is a something like PPP. It's not one way thing. I just write down some prescription and hand it over to you. This is not going to work with the present kind of things what we are facing. There are challenges, and we are always ready to face the challenges. And one of the important things which I always believe is you need to understand about food, you need to understand about what is air pollution, what is the toxins you have got in the water, what are the things which simple things, what you understand by this electromagnetic radiation and this other thing. So in our series we covered a lot of stuff. I just want to add on today how iron supplements can become deadly. See, I want to talk about the dark side of iron. Iron is one thing which is almost every person who looks like he is not even trained to in medicine and all that, he would definitely like to look into the eye conjunctiva and look at and try to see what is your pale hands and all that, and definitely say yes, you do have something like anemia, and why don't you take some iron supplements. This is a very commonly prescribed thing. Everyone talks about how you can replenish iron and work it out. So here, what exactly I'm trying to tell you is, yes, iron is one of the most important nutrients for good health and optimal function. Iron is responsible for your body to produce hemoglobin, which is the protein in the red blood cells that carries vital oxygen to the tissues of the rest of the body. So iron is necessary for a healthy metabolism and to maintain overall health. So this is one thing which is necessary to absorb all the other nutrients, balance hormone levels, think clearly, manage your moods. So iron is essential for your physical growth, neurological development, and the cellular functioning. If you don't have proper iron, your body has hard time getting oxygen to the brain tissues, your muscles, and the cells. So that makes you feel exhausted, fatigued, and weak. A severe deficiency of iron results in health condition called anemia. We all know about that. So, what are the symptoms of anemia? You have got cold hands, you have got weakness, you have got shortness of breath, you have got sometimes dizziness, you have got sore tongue. Uh, Even we pick up on the nails, what are the fine things, spoon shaped nails or pica, brittle nails. People we have seen in children getting into, they go and lick the paints has got that iron, so that is called pica. And of course poor appetite and more. So this is one of the most common deficiencies we come across, and usually in women, because of their they lose the iron, they lose the blood every month, they are more prone for this iron deficiency. So what I'm talking about is going to tell you about is the dark side of this iron, and too much iron is very dangerous to your health and can be life threatening also. So iron overdose can become we all of a sudden can become a medical emergency too. Taking iron, too much iron in the form of supplements and all that, is a potential of causing iron toxicity, acute iron toxicity, and this is one thing which we always are, as a metal toxicology, worked in something called environmental medicine, trying to work with what is the metals are doing inside, so we are always on the way, looking at what are the things which can happen if this goes overboard. So it can happen, iron ore toxicity can happen with iron poisoning when the people overdose with some iron supplements. Number one, that's a iatrogenic thing. Another one is a thing called hereditary hemochromatosis. Is classified as a genetic disorder where there is a excessive absorption of iron from the food. In either of the about both scenarios, you get into some serious health condition. Is a what why Because free iron is a pro-oxidant, the opposite of antioxidant, and it causes damage to your cells. This excess iron accumulates in the heart, liver. It has a tendency to go to the pancreas, pituitary gland, and if untreated, it can lead to serious irreversible organ damage. Uh, Needless to say, it can cause diabetes, it can cause cirrhosis of liver, heart attacks, arthritis, and sometimes depression also. Hemochromatosis is a genetic defect seen in very few people, but what we are seeing these days is a genetic drift, which we believe that the people who are not able to properly maintain their homocysteine and all, trying to work on, there are some metabolic errors which are happening day in and day out, and people are getting into excess of absorption these days. We had a lot of studies behind that, and we believe that iron toxicity is a big issue. For me, when I look into any kind of trying to work with any kind of non-alcoholic fatty liver or something like that, I certainly have iron in the mind, and I tell them not to indulge into iron containing foods and all that. That makes a big difference for them. So this is what we have. We Our thinking process goes like that. At the same time, I have blood tests where I can check some levels of iron and ferritin in the blood. The higher the ferritin, the more problem, there's more toxicity. And along with that, we try to check with something like TIBC, which is total iron binding capacity, or and transferrin ratios, iron saturation, transferrin iron saturations. So I believe all of the people above 40 should be checked for at least ferritin or TIBC once, so that we can always, if there is an iron overload, that can be managed by simple things, which can be a simple chelation, not a big issue about that. Why we are trying to pick up this particular thing is because it has got enormous implications. The enormous first implication is the high levels of iron has been shown to lead to cancer in humans. Cancer in humans? What is this doctor talking about? Yes, we do have suggest the high intake of heme iron can cause risk of colon cancer. The people with very high hemoglobin levels, above 16, 15, and all that, they are prone for problems. It is There is a clinical trials in humans which show heme iron from supplements or red meat can increase the formation of cancer causing N-nitroso compounds in the digestive tract. But this is one of the things which we believe N-nitroso compounds are precarcinogenic. So a lot of medications also do have got iron, and it interact with iron can interact with other medications like your thyroid medications. The more you give iron, it causes a problem with the thyroid medications. It can be thyroxine or Parkinsonism, dopa and carbidopa, yeah, and other antibiotics and all that. So my kind of take here is try to see that you don't overdo on things. Try to always keep a kind of check on what is your levels of ferritin, or check with your doctor. If you have something like polycythemia, you have got higher levels of iron and all that, you need to work out by following a diet which can be a no kind of red meat diet for you. If you have to see that you decrease your dairy, there is a see you need to be careful about what are the things what you are doing. take plenty of polyphenols, plenty of greens, and along with you need to have some antioxidants also. So when we talk as a general, we tell you that okay, take plenty of greens. But it doesn't mean that you need to. It's just only the greens you have to eat. You need to combine with proper legumes. We need to combine with proper grains and all that, so that that makes a proper optimal diet for you. And when we talk about this, we always tell you take lots of mineral water, which has got good magnesium and calcium, which can inhibit the iron absorption and reduces the cancer-causing effects of heme in the colon. That's a big thing, and we always tell everyone to go for exercise. People living in at high altitude uses of iron stores more readily as the body has increased need of oxygen. So we need to build up. Why iron is an important nutrient, and as we age, we tend to build up cumulative stores of iron in our body. This which can the cumulative stores of the iron in the body is one of the serious health threat. And this is what we develop, that if we happen especially if we have a genetic tendency to develop hemochromatosis, which is the accumulation of iron in a big way, or taking excess iron in the form of supplements and all that, and I know you are in for a trouble. So this is what is trying we try to work on as a working with the metal toxicology, trying to work with all pollution induced problems, and we believe you need to optimize everything so that you can always get a proper optimal health. And yes, I this is the dark side of iron which I just wanted you to understand. Thank you.